Crunch time in the Turkish Super League. 7 matches to go. We've clawed our way back to second place, 5 points behind Galatasaray. But if we're going to close the gap, we're going to have to do it the hard way. Today, we play 3rd place Trabzonspor and 4th place Bursaspor. Bring it on. Hello everybody, Dodgy Gamer here. Welcome back to episode 21 of Breaking the Big Three. And before we start, thank you for everyone who commented on the last video and hit that like button and shared it on Twitter. Got some good interaction going there, so thank you very much. Those kind of things really help the channel grow, so I'm told. So please make sure you hit the like button for this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. But let's get started. As you see, we're in second place now. We're 5 points behind Galatasaray. So we've got to make some ground up in this final 7 games. Today, we're going to play Trabzonspor and Bursaspor, the 2 teams immediately below us. After the Bursaspor game, we're going to play Kasımpaşa, who are in 5th. Just prior to this episode, we played Sivasspor, so it's quite a tough run of games against the teams immediately below us. But those are the kind of games you have to win if you want to take the title. I'm just going to quickly show you what's happened since that win over Besiktas, in the Cup. First of all, we had Göztepe at home, and we lost to them 1-0 again. And as you can see here, it was a late goal. It was 0-0. I was throwing everything forward to try and get the win, and we lost. I'm just going to show you something here. They've been a bit of a bogey team for us. The very first time I played them, I beat them, and that was, when my team wasn't playing well. If you go back and watch those early episodes, that first season was quite a struggle. And since then, every time we've played them, we've lost 1-0. So, yeah, they're becoming my bogey team. But since that loss to Göztepe, we have bounced back nicely in the league. We beat Konyaspor quite easily, 3-1. Fatih Aktay, it was the hero of the day, with a brace. Then we had Kayserispor at home again. Fatih Aktay, he's been in good form. This has been good because Ranti's been out with a dislocated shoulder. Şaban Işık has been having a little mini dip in form, so it's good that Fatih Aktay has stepped in. Then we went away to Galatasaray, 0-0 away to Galatasaray. Can't complain about that. We did have a couple of chances to secure the victory near the end. If I just bring up the match stats, you see, Galatasaray had the more opportunities, but we restricted them to just 2 shots on target. We had 4 shots of our own on target, including, as I said, 2 chances late on. So, on another day we could have snuck a 1-0 win, which would have really made the top of the table very interesting. But we'll take the 0-0 for now. Then Malatyaspor, fairly easy win, 3-0. Despite having a man sent off, we were still able to close out the victory there. And then in our most recent game, as I said, we took on Sivasspor. We had a little scare there. We were cruising at 3-0. Antov, our centre-back, he scored 1 off a corner and 1 off a deep free kick. Then look at that, they scored on the 79th minute and the 89th minute. Both times quick counter-attacks. And I was very worried, but then I went defensive and then we scored again. Şaban Işık finally getting back to form. So that brings us up to today's match with Trabzonspor. It's 2nd versus 3rd. And we had this kind of situation last season, if you recall. That if you look at that, we're both on the same points. We're both on the same points, so it is pretty tight. So they are favourites for the game, but they're in inconsistent form. They were ahead of us, if you remember from the previous episodes. There was quite a gap, but we've closed it down. So again with our 4-4-2 counter-attacking formation, the Hofs in goal. Antov and Claro, they've been in form as centre-backs, so they're in. Yusuf and Akpala in the right-back positions, because just giving Ahmet Oğuz a rest. Fatih and Berke Inal on the wings. We'll talk about Berke Inal a bit later. Kaja and Isa in the middle of the park. And then we've got Şaban and Fatih Aktay up top. So it's pretty much a full-strength team. We do have a couple of injuries. Ranti's out. Holtman's just recovering from a knock. Those are the 2 main people we're missing. But I'm happy with the strength of the team. Let's see how they do. Now, see, Trabzon have gone for a 4-2-3-1, so a bit more attacking. But hopefully we're going to be able to hit them on that counter. So what are we going to tell the team? Yeah, I'll go with what the assistants said. Pick up from where you left off. Well, that motivated one player, Antov, because of course he scored a brace in the last game. So let's just tell everyone, you've got what it takes. You've got what it takes. Good. That's much better. Tunnel interview. Do you really think Genclerbirligi can become Super League champions? Well, there's an incredible desire to win the title. Okay. Ambitions matched by the chairman. Yes, he just turned down yet again a request for a feeder club. I just ask every so often. You know, we haven't added anyone yet, but we'll manage. Okay, so fairly quiet start to the game, it would seem. Just encourage my players. We are conceding possession a bit, but they're the home side. We're set up on the counter, so that's to be expected also. Looks like we're creating chances. They're not showing us any of them, but we've had 7 shots, 2 on target so far. They haven't created much, and we've... Oh, finally a highlight. Okay, I was going to say it looks like we might be going all the way without a highlight. Okay, I'm not sure what Antov was thinking there. It looks like Trabzon are going to launch an attack here. It's raining again, but on the Black Sea coast, so that's to be expected. Oh, Kajar, nice play, wins it back. So I'm not sure what all that first part of the highlight was, if it's just going to end up in our attack. Anyway, Fatih Aktay whips it in, and have we been given a penalty? Yes, we have. Okay. Oh, Lucas Claro, the centre-back, is taking it, I guess because Renti's out injured. And he does it. Nice one, Claro. Taken with confidence. And we are 1-0 up. Fantastic stuff. Oof, that was a bit close to the keeper. Good height for the keeper to save, but okay. Claro did it on the day. That's the important thing. And okay, looks like we are making it to half-time in the lead. It's not really a thrilling half, just that one highlight and a penalty goal. But okay, we'll take that away from home. We're happy with that kind of thing. So what are we going to tell them? Yeah, don't think the job is done. But I'm pleased with how things are going because we're away from home and they're favourites. So if I tell them not to be complacent, we're going to have a couple of heads drop, I think. But okay, promising start to the match. Let's see if we can close it out. Okay, good. Kajar, oof, nearly got it. That's why he's in that position. He's good in that position with the shots, but just went wide on this occasion. Oh, the rain is really coming down in buckets now, isn't it? And Antov scores again! That's 3 goals in 2 games for the Bulgarian centre-back. All right, nice one. He was completely unmarked there. Let's have a look at that again. We've got a flick on from Issa, and Antov's just standing there. Okay, I'll take it. All right, we're 2-0 up against Trabzonspor. We're really hitting form at a good time in the season. I think that's thanks to Rampant FM. I should give him credit. Ooh, nearly 3-0 up there. Watching one of his videos. I'll put a link in the description to his channel. Actually, you should check it out if you haven't done so already. He talked about, in the winter break, really cranking up the fitness training. So I made sure I did that. And I think it's really paying dividends because we're picking up form a lot in the second half of the season. That's been noticeable. I'm just looking at a sub who is tired. Fatih Turk, we can take him off, I think. Milinkovic. Let's get that inverted winger on to change things up a little bit. But, yeah, again, fitness-wise, most people are looking okay. It's just perhaps the right-back Akpala, but he needs the game time. So I'm going to bring on Ortach as well. He hasn't played much recently. Oh, look at that. Both the centre-backs have scored. Bring him on for Antov. And let's see if we can close this out. It's the kind of thing I don't want to make any tactical changes just for now because we're... Oh, come on, let me tell them to concentrate because we're holding them off nicely. Going to make one last sub just as a time waster. Okay, this is where I'll bring on Samad Kilic. Yeah, some of my centre mids, that's something to look at in the summer transfer window. Some of my centre mids are getting on a bit. They're on the wrong side of 30 and they're starting to struggle to close out games. Okay, here come Trabzonspor. That's the first highlight with an attack from them, although they have increased their chances a lot. And let's just have a look what we can do here. I'm just going to have to pause the game because someone's come to the door. Okay, sorry about that. Had a knock at the door, ring of the doorbell. You might have heard it there. Was expecting a delivery, so I had to answer it. And just at that point, Trabzonspor, of course, scored. So I think it's too late to make any tactical changes. So let's just hope that we can close this out. Shaban here knocks a nice ball through to Fatih Aktay. That's it, run it to the corner. No need to do anything fancy here. Oh, Berke Inal nearly put it beyond doubt. And I think that's going to be it. Come on, referee. That's where we blow the whistle. No, he's going to let Trabzon... No, good play by us to win the ball back. Well, the referee's letting this run. We got to 95 minutes, and there were only 4 minutes added on. Why did you do that, Yusuf? You should have just let it go. Come on, referee. Blow that whistle. Blow that whistle. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Come on, referee. Blow the whistle. Oh, what are you doing, referee? Has somebody slipped you 50 lira to run the match a bit longer or something? Thank you. Finally. Okay, team talk. We're going to say it was a good win, boys. Well done. Alright, and that puts daylight between us and Trabzonspor. Hopefully Galatasaray are going to lose their next game. Fade to black, and we'll be back for the Bursaspor match. And welcome back. Hopefully we'll get through this second game without any interruptions. So I said we'd have a look at dynamics and then the youth intake. So on the overview screen you see here, things are looking alright. It's all green. Excellent dressing room atmosphere and managerial support. Good match cohesion. But here you see we've got an increasing list of players who are unhappy. Now a couple of these I'm not too bothered about. Mariki is going to leave in the summer. Özdemir and Çetin, these are youth players, and they're going to leave at the end of their contracts as well. Fatih Aktay wants a new deal. Cheetos also wants a new deal. Cheetos has taken it to the point where he's now asking to leave, but he's well down the pecking order. He's like 4th choice centre-back now. So, yeah, I will let him go in the summer, and that'll free up a foreigner spot as well. Attila Turan, this one's a bit annoying. Well, Attila Turan and Berke Inal, both of these are a bit annoying because they're asking for first-team football, and both of them, in my opinion, have been playing quite regularly. Attila Turan was a complete arse about it, so I dropped him after his complaints. And if I can find a replacement in the summer, I'll be happy to let him go. Berke Inal, of course, is somebody I want to keep. The annoying thing here, though, is I don't quite get this one because he's still listed as a hot prospect. So he's not on a first-team contract. He says he hasn't been playing first-team football enough. But you can see he's been in and out of the team, but it's not like he hasn't played for a month or he's missed 5 matches for no reason. He's been in and out of the team. Against some of the easier teams, I've brought in other youngsters to give them some game time. He complained after the Sivasspor game, so that was 2 games in a row where he didn't play. But yeah, I don't get why he's so like unhappy about it. If we look, I mean, he's fairly determined as person, so it's not like he's super ambitious as well. I've noticed he has been labelled a wonder kid, so maybe that's why he thinks, you know, he deserves to be playing more. But okay, I'm going to put him back in the team for the rest of the season if needs be. Got to keep him happy. So generally, though, if we look at the hierarchy of the team, I've got good support amongst the players. We've got a large core social group and a secondary social group. And most of these guys are not first teamers apart from Holtman. Antov is the only one who's been at the club for a while who hasn't integrated. And I was wondering why, and then I found it. He's a Chelsea supporter, so that's why. All right, youth intake then. I'm going to show you a new player who came in. This guy. Ömer Korkmaz, defensive midfielder, ball-winning midfielder. Perfect. That's something I use. 1.5 stars current ability, 5-star potential. He's got high determination, got a very good work rate, and tackling's good as well. So things are set up here for him to be quite a combative defensive midfielder, I think. He can also cover a deep line playmaker role. So, you know, I'm really excited about this guy. The only thing is, personality-wise, he's spirited, so we're looking for some tutoring and so on to try and change that a little bit. But I'm excited about this guy. I think he's got a good future, and it was a pretty decent youth intake this year. I signed like 4 players, whereas last year I only kept the one top recommendation. So we've got also this guy as a right back. He's got potential. It's going to take some time to develop him, but he looks promising. Then we've got another left midfielder who you see already has been improving significantly. So that's also promising. And finally, the other one, who I think could potentially at least become a rotation player in the future, is this guy, a poacher or advanced forward. So again, those are two roles that I use. Obviously, all of these guys need some tutoring, but you know, we'll take care of that. Anyway, on to today's game. Now, you see, things have changed a little bit at the top. Galatasaray, unfortunately, won their game that they played after the Trabzonspor match, and it was against Bursaspor. That was one where, you know, we're hoping that they might slip up. They scored with a goal on the 85th minute to win 1-0. Then, and this weekend's bunch of fixtures, they played the Friday night match. They played Kasımpaşa. So again, I've noticed this. We seem to play whatever team Galatasaray play, we play them a week later. I'm not sure why that is, if that's like how it works in the Turkish Super League or not. And they've just played Kasımpaşa, and again, an injury time goal to win 1-0. So they're 8 points ahead. So basically, we have to win today just to stay within 5 points. It's Galatasaray's title to lose, but we had to expect them to bounce back a bit this season. So this is the team I'm going with. Sticking with the 4-4-2. We've got Hoff in goal, Antov and Claro. Just brought Ahmet in at right back. Just for he was rested in the last game, he comes back in. Yusuf at left back, Inal and Fatih on the wings, Isa and Samed I brought in for Kajar just because Samed's a bit fitter, and Shaban Fatih Aktay up front. Renti is back from his dislocated shoulder, but he's lacking match fitness, so he's just going to be a sub today. Let's see what we can do against Bursaspor. We are home this time, so I would expect to win this. It's going to be a tough game. They've got Kazim Richards up front. There's a bit of a blast from the past. Back from Mexico or Brazil or wherever he was playing. So what are we going to tell them here? I'm going to say, show me what you can do to keep our run going. Which one player responded to? Okay, so we'll go with our default. There's more to come from you. Shaban, there's more to come from you as well. Good. We've got plenty of happy-looking players. And a tunnel interview. Kamal Isa's 100th league appearance. I'm delighted for him. Gerrit Holtman is out. Yep, he's just being rested. And Berke Inal is in a strop. So that's another reason. All right, then. Let's see if this is a bit more exciting than the Trabzon game in the first half. If you remember there, we didn't have any highlights until the 35th minute. Well, oh dear. We start with a Bursaspor highlight. The great Khalili, of course, he was with us, the great Khalili, in my first season, but he was just such an awkward player to deal with. I was actually happy to sell him, even though he was, at the time, rated as the best player at the club. Okay, he threaded a nice ball in there, though, and Kazim Richards hits the crossbar with a thunderous header. Good start for Bursaspor, not so great a start for us. Ooh, and the highlight continues for the corner. Oh, and a fantastic save by the Hoff. Oof, we're riding our luck a bit early in this match. But okay. Hopefully, as the game goes on, we're going to take control a bit. We haven't had any shots on target, which is a concern. Okay, we've picked up a couple of yellows as well. 3 yellows now. My midfield are getting stuck in a bit too much, it would seem. And it looks like we're going to go to the half with nothing happening goals-wise. Okay, that suits me. So, excuse me, team talk. Let's tell them I'm not happy with your performance. So that's fired most of them up. So let's just send them back out then. See what you can do, guys. Alright, Bursaspor kick things off in the second half, and I'm not sure what that player was doing there. Oh, could this actually be an attacking move and not just an opening highlight? It looks like it. Okay, Bursaspor are playing a neat passing game. But we get the ball now. Come on, quick counter. That's what you're set up for. No, back to the keeper. Okay, play it out of defense. Nice. That's it. Go on, Fatih. Make a run down the wing. Oh, a nice inside ball to Shaban. Shaban whips in the cross to Aktay, and we've scored the goal. Fantastic stuff. Beautiful counter-attack. And that was a fantastic cross by Fatih Turk. Let's just look at that again. He actually takes that with his left foot. Well, it wasn't a cross, but it was a kind of through ball. Shaban picks it up. Fantastic assist, fantastic through ball to set that up. Good. They've responded to the team talk and we're 1-0 up. Okay, they've had an injury brought on Erhun Özdemir, who's another former Bursaspor player. Another one of those stroppy folks from Season 1 who we're happy to get rid of. Okay, and it's all us now. Great ball to Fatih, and yes, Fatih took. What a goal that was. What a goal that was from the young winger. Fantastic stuff. We're 2-0 up, and that we are cruising. So it's Berke Inal, cuts the ball across, or brings it into the middle to Shaban. Shaban knows exactly where Fatih is, who just cuts him from the inside, and boom. Nice one. Okay, we're going to look into making a couple of subs. Sort out those midfielders who are getting a bit too into the game, I guess. So we'll bring on Badi. He's always a good option to bring on. And I'm going to bring on Kajar as well. I'm going to leave Fatih Turk on for now, just because he's having such a good game. Hopefully, he's not going to ruin it by getting sent off. Shaban with 2 assists as well. That is fantastic stuff from him. Okay, here we go. Corner, whipped in, and Claro just clips the top of the crossbar. Oh, it's all us in this second half. Clearly, the halftime team talk did the business, and Antov scores again. That's the 3rd game in a row. Antov has scored 4 goals in 3 games for the young centre-back. He's really come into his own in the second half of this season. Fantastic stuff. All right then, just concentrate. We're 3-0 up, but still a goal for Bursaspor. Now could make for an awkward finish. But no, it looks like we're going to see this game out without too much trouble. I'm going to take Fatih Turk off. He can have a little standing ovation, hopefully, from the home support. And we'll make sure he doesn't get a red card or anything silly like that. And there we go. Berke Inal just dropped nice and deep. Great ball up to Shaban. Shaban takes it out wide. Ahmet, the fullback, has made the run. Inside to Badi, inside to Kajar. Good stuff. Got it to Milinkovic. Berke Inal, what are you going to do? Got the cross, and Fatih Aktay nearly made it 4. Very nice move there. We're really playing well in this run-in. It's just a shame that we're probably not going to be able to catch Galatasaray. And it's going to finish with a highlight for us. Long throw, but the keeper catches it. Hopefully the referee isn't going to run it over time like he did in the previous game. Okay, maybe a consolation attack for Bursaspor. Nope, the referee calls it there. And that, in the end, was a pretty easy 3-0 win. Bursaspor have hit a rough patch of form at exactly the wrong time of the season, and we've hit good form at exactly the right time. So let's have a look. I'm going to say that was a good win. Oh, I'm pleased with the result and your performance. And maybe a good win would have been better. Okay, we'll leave it there. So let's have a look at the table after that. So, okay, we're obviously still in second. Trabzonspor are still to play this weekend, but even if they win, we're still 3 points clear. And it's just, can we catch Galatasaray? I'm going to let's have a look at our schedule. Okay, so Kasımpaşa next. Then we've got Konyaspor in the cup, and then our run-in Fenerbahce, who you may have noticed are still right down at the wrong end of the table. They're clear of the relegation zone, but they're not informed. Başakşehir and Karabükspor, 2 teams fighting for survival. Besiktas don't have a lot left to play for other than pride, so it's a bit of a mixed bag, the run-in. We should have a look at Galatasaray and see what their run-in is like as well. So, okay, they've got Fenerbahce away in the next match. So, even though Fenerbahce are out of form, they're going to be pumped up for that game. We've got to hope Fenerbahce do us a favour. They've also got another away Big 3 derby with Besiktas. So, again, although Besiktas are out of the title picture, those are 2 tough games, and we've got to hope that Galatasaray struggle, drop points in those games. I guess they've got to lose at least one of them and draw the other one for us to catch them up. They're also in the cup, so neither team has an advantage over the other. It could be that we get a Galatasaray Gençler final. You never know. So I think because the cup semi-final is coming up soon, Konyaspor, we only have a 1-0 lead, but I'm fairly confident we can win that, so I'm not actually going to make that into an episode. If we do make the final is going to come between the last 2 league games. So it might be that the next episode could be a very exciting cup final plus final league match of the season title decider. It could be that it's just the cup final and then the final match of the season with the title already decided. We'll see. So make sure you join me for that. That episode will be out in the next couple of days. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I'm Dodgy Gamer, and please hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you again soon.